drew you to this project? The voice acting, the stop motion, the
Um, the money and the fact that I had blackmailed Zach and Brandon into the job.
got it. Okay.
Okay. No, but it was like the funniest thing I'd ever read in ever, and I just really, really wanted to be a part of it, and just hoped to God that they would hire me, and they did, and it's been such a blast. I'm such a fan of the show, and I'm also on the show, so it's very it's very cool. I can't wait for people to see it.
Um, yeah, I think what attracted me most was just the people involved. Everyone involved in this is amazing and incredibly talented, and yeah, and just I remember meeting with Zach and Brandon, you know, prior to obviously booking the job. But just right off the bat, it was such a fun energy that we all had, and even in that initial Zoom meeting, we were just laughing the whole time and coming up with these new ideas for the scene and the character, um and so yeah, and then it just took off from there, and yeah, like Caitlin said, like the writing and it's just brilliant, and the idea itself, like the fact that it's animation mixed with the real world human guests is such a cool and unique idea. And yeah, we just had the time of our lives making it, and I hope people enjoy it as much as we enjoyed making it, because there's a lot of love that went into it.
What do you have in common with your character and what wildly differs?
I think with Fabian, she cares a lot about how she's perceived, which I feel like we can all relate to, especially sort of in the world of social media and just the constant connection that we all have at all times that has really just taken over our lives in the last 10 years. I think no matter how offline you think you are, or even just in the world, I feel like there's just a more collective perception of like being perceived, you know?
Yeah.
Um, but but also I think ultimately Fabian wants to do good, and sometimes gets in her own way, which I also relate to. And she's stubborn, which I also relate to.
All
So
right.
Um, you know, I think me and Chase are different in many ways. But yeah, you know, I think sorry, what was your question again? Like how are we similar to our characters?
Yeah, and if what's really different from
Right.
you
I
as
mean,
well.
you know, I think the difference is Chase is just such a he's definitely a frat bro, which I am not. But Chase is like, you know, he's a frat bro, but something that I really appreciate about him is that, you know, he's kind of a sweetheart as well. He's kind of got a heart of gold. Um and uh and that's something we really wanted to emphasize. But also he's just such a free spirit, and like really just doesn't he just he just kind of doesn't have a care in the world, and part of me wishes I could be more like him in that way, because I'm definitely the opposite. I feel like I'm somewhat of an overthinker, and like I consider every little thing, and like so yeah, I would say we're pretty different in that way. uh but yeah, it was so much fun to be able to play a character like Chase.
Who would be a dream guest on In the Know, like for your characters? Like who would Fabian love
for
to pre-screen?
characters specifically.
Yeah, who would Fabian love to pre-screen?
Oh my God, I have to really think about this. Oh gosh. Um, I like mm, Stacey Abrams.
Ooh, yeah, I like that.
I
Okay.
think Stacey Abrams, or like the um yeah, sorry. Like,
All
I
right, all good.
can't think that fast. That's such a good question though. Gosh.
That is a good question.
And who would Chase be like super excited to see come into the studio?
Oh, Chase?
Yeah.
Oh man, who would Chase be excited to see? I mean, there are like so many people that I think would be so cool, but I don't know why the first person that came to mind was just Barack Obama though.
Okay.
I feel like that would be like to have him on the show, like on In the Know.
Yeah,
You know what?
that'd be a get.
I think for Chase though specifically, he's a hardcore Christian, I believe, and so if Jesus came on the show, I think he would.
I think the answer is Jesus.
Jesus. Okay. That's perfect.
He was his
Jesus Christ.
I think that would be a pretty epic day for Chase. If
Great choice. Thank you both so much. It was really a pleasure to speak with you.
Thank you. You as well.